Talk of the Town. I'm so excited to introduce to you a lady, Suzanna Eibuszyc, and she's an author of a book that actually she's going to be talking about at the Bluffton Library on the 27th of January. Suzanna, nice to meet you.
Well, thank you, and thank you for having me.
Yes, so you are an author, and the book is called Memory is Our Home. So let's begin at the beginning. What inspired you to write this book?
Well, we came to America at the end of 1960s. We lived under communism, and it wasn't until at City College of New York that I met Elie Wiesel, and his horrors connected me to growing up with my mother's murdered family, actually both my parents. And that's when I connected the dots. So when I told Elie Wiesel about my own childhood and actually my mother's childhood, he told me that my mother had to put down on pages what her life from after World War I and how she survived. And then he also told me not to be afraid of the journey ahead. Right. And that's how I became a memory keeper.
And so where did you move? What country were you living in?
In Poland. We were actually living in the Poland that was belonged to Germany before. My parents were able to return to Poland almost a year after the war had ended, and they were not allowed to return to the cities of their birth, which was Warsaw and Łódź. And we lived in Breslau, which was Germany before the war.
So the book, it's in Polish, and
one of them,
is in Polish. So you want to hold up the first?
Yes, this book was actually published in Poland. Because of my publisher, he was able to get this book published in Poland. I am so grateful for that, because that book needs to be told in Poland. I would love for this book to be done in Russian as well, because half of the book takes place in Russia. This book was the first publication in 2016, and this is in English. And this book was published in 2020. Both of those books are available at the Hilton Head Library and the Bluffton
Library. And so we have about a couple of minutes left. Can you briefly share what kind of the heart of the story?
Sure.
Briefly.
The heart of the story is my mother's life in Warsaw, Poland, after World War I. She brings to life her community, political, economic, creative life, her entire family, extended, immediate. And the important thing about it is that all of those people that stayed behind in Poland were murdered, and we actually don't know how and where they were murdered. They disappeared as if they never even existed. And the second part of the book takes place how she escapes to Soviet Russia and how she survived Stalin's Russia and Uzbekistan, and how they lived under those circumstances. They survived heat and starvation and malaria, and they actually even enlisted in the Polish army that was being formed under Stalin. But they survived all that and lived because for only one reason, because they wanted to return home to Poland.
Right. So the Holocaust Remembrance Day is January the 27th.
Yes.
And you will be at the Bluffton Library,
yes.
and you will be speaking about the story and about the book. And what time is that going to be, Suzanna?
This is going to be, I believe, from 11 o'clock till 1. It's going to be 2 hours with a little break in between. Right. And I also will be talking about the Holocaust itself.
Very, very good. Thank you so much for writing the book and telling the story. So important not to forget.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes.
I feel that way too.
I know you do.
Yeah.
And welcome. You said that you moved from California 4 years ago, so welcome to our beautiful island. And,
Well, thank
again,
you.
thank you
It
for
is a
telling,
beautiful island.
It is. Thank you for telling the story. And again, Bluffton Library with Suzanna Eibuszyc, who wrote the book, Memory is Our Home. Thank you.
Thank you.